Parents and gymnasts, are you ready to take the next step in your college recruiting journey? Full Out Collegiate Recruiting's in-gym visit program brings personalized recruiting guidance directly to you. Expert advice for gymnasts, parents, and coaches, all in the comfort of your own gym. Start the journey to collegiate gymnastics today. Visit fulloutrecruit.com to schedule an in-gym visit and take the first step toward making that college dream a reality.
This week's brought to you by the Triple Flight. More stream math issues. Well, kinda. Coaches going to a football game versus an alumni donor luncheon. NFL coach's daughter debuts. More, please. And did you know KJ Johnson now coaches at Oklahoma? That and more. Let's go.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool up in here, up in here. If I've got to bring it to you now, then it's going to be quick. All you judges better look up and watch for the stick. How you going to mess up judging that dance? There goes the leap, split. Call 911 because you missed it. This reminds me of a club meet. Ain't that some it? Because every time you come around, it's like, what? Don't forget to look up at it. What's going to be the outcome? Let's add up all the factors. She stuck, you missed it, but semi fixed it. 1, 2, meet me inside, turn up the podcast, and let's go, let's vibe.
Welcome back to the only podcast with a gymnastics-inspired rap. Every week, the College Salute Podcast, the place you go for all you need to know about how our Region 5 alums are doing during their NCAA careers. You know everyone's All-American, Kim Dowis Brown, and I'm, of course, her dear friend, Jason. And this week, if you didn't triple flight on beam, then what are you even doing competing beam? Well, unless you are Nene Alvin. More on that soon. KJ Johnson, Kindler, had some hot spots and some cold spots. And I pretty much know where that was directed. Even Sam was having some trouble with those cold spots. Taylor DeFries and the chainsaw, yes. We saw the chow this week, but we also saw a Stalder to a half in, half out. And yes to that too. Moreau, I think it's time for the 1.5 again. And Carissa Martinez, 1.5 front half to switch leap jump? OMG, yes. That and more. Much more. But first, a free way to support our show is by leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute Podcast. Tell us what you love about the show or what you would like to see us improve. The review helps others discover our podcast and join our Region 5 family. A couple other subscribers this week, Kim. We're just adding them up week after week. We got a few more, as I said, and we are looking forward to more each and every week as more people figure that, hey, the College Salute Podcast, it's out there. Help us continue to grow our podcast, which is the only regionally based gymnastics podcast in the country. We continue to show our love for our Region 5 alums throughout their college careers, so please show us some love with a review and a 5-star rating. Thoughts, Kim, on EMU versus Kent State, as you were in the chair being the All-American that you are, commentating for EMU for your second consecutive week of the season. Let's just talk a little bit about highlights and what you saw there from the meet.
Well, first, let's say you just kind of rhymed up there.
I try every
You did. Good job.
Yeah.
So Kent State, clearly they brought their sticky feet spray with them. They stuck like 90% of their bars and vault and other things. But I talked about on the broadcast, they stuck literally like 90% of their stuff. It was incredible. I really thought this meet was going to be way closer than it was. But there was some issues. Main issue here, floor judges. What is going on? The week before, we only had one little meeting. This time we had 3 meetings, and we missed a whole bunch of stuff. So, Ella Shamati, we understand her decreased start value, 9.8 or whatever it was We understand that. She messed up, bobbled her leap, ended up on one foot, skatered. Not scared, skatered. Like Sam was like, someday she likes to be a skater, and that's fine. Yeah. But like Kyrie Lowe and Abby Brushwood, hello. Why? Please. Receipts. They did fix Abby's and put it up to a 9.8 because they thought she did a switch side straddle half, but she didn't. Or switch side straddle jump. Something. They thought she did something she didn't. Okay. They saw something else. I don't know. She didn't. So they brought that one up. I saw that at 11 o'clock at night and texted Katie. I was like, hey, they changed Abby's score, but they didn't change Kyrie's. No idea what happened there. She's done the same routine the entire time, not had any issues, etc. But alrighty. Clearly, you need to pay a little more attention there, judges. Also, EMEOs, they struggled. They just struggled a little bit. Some landings. They came back on beam and did better. But then floor happened, so. Alyssa Guns, hello. She is that good. She is like, okay, we've been watching Alyssa Guns for a very long time, since she was a small child. To watch her in college, I think this was like really the first time I've got to watch her up close, up right there in front in college, because I wasn't at the Kent State meet last year, and oh my God, she is amazing. Like, yes, she is. On floor, I mean, she's good on beam too, obvious, because she does beam, but on floor, she is like, everybody's here, and she's like she's so freaking good. Mm-hmm. Like, I knew she was good, but like, it's just a whole nother level of floor when Alyssa does floor. It's like you just want to watch it. Like, you cannot take your eyes off it. You want to watch it. And her tumbling is exquisite. Like, I was so excited that like I got to be there and see it, because dang girl. And that 9.925 she got, when they came through over our headsets and they're like, okay, get ready. Huge score for Alyssa Guns. I was like, what, huge score? Are we getting a 10 or something? Like, is it 10 time? I was so like thinking 10, but I mean, the score she got still, amazing. Wow. Considering on floor, the next like person down from her was like 9.7 something.
Yeah, that was a huge score for that meet. I mean, there was no 9.9s all across. I mean, that was like huge for that. It was huge and well deserved though. Oh no, like 100%. Absolutely well deserved. Like, no matter what anybody says, it was a great routine. Mm-hmm. Also found out Brent does listen to our podcast. So hello, shout out, thank you. Shout out. Well, because I talk about him and I tell him like the things that I talk about him. So he listens to make sure. He wants to know, so the next broadcast he can pick on you. The all-American girl that you are. Yes, I think so. But he did say, he's like, I listened, and I'm like, well, good. So now, hello, thank you for listening. Listen again. So there's my shout out to you. E for Ella meet was great. I love when they do the E for Ella meet with the purple and just really showcase her and her, connection to the team. And it's just really nice and refreshing. And it was also an alumni meet. So that was fun too, to see some of those alumni come. The Kent State dad. That was funny. I like that. That hat. The hat and the jacket. I thought it was fantastic. Yes. And he was like the only one like really like dressed to the nines like that. And I just loved it. I remember seeing him before. I don't know whose dad it is. So whoever's dad that is, like, your dad's the coolest. I need that shirt. I want that shirt as well. I'm going to get that t-shirt. I'm awesome. I thought that was my daughter or something like that. Yeah. I thought that was great though. I really enjoyed that. I didn't get to see, I didn't get to find out whose dad it was, but if somebody knows, let me know. I really love to know whose dad that is. And then Swoop. I met Swoop. Well, I didn't meet Swoop, but I got to see Swoop. Yeah, you mentioned that, like, you think that was the first time he was there. I thought that's cool. He has never been there? I've never seen him. Really? That's really cool that he was there. That's awesome. Yeah. He should go to more. Like, I mean, maybe I saw like before, but like I didn't see him last year, and I haven't seen him yet this year. But we were talking because we didn't know his name, and I was like, "What's his name? Look at him! He's interacting with everybody." And I wanted to call him Eddie the Eagle. No, I was told in my ears that it was Swoop. And let me tell you, I would love for somebody to look at me like Swoop was looking at EMU on floor. He was just so, it was like, eyes and just like, but he was just like,
just softly applauding, like he didn't know what to do with his hands because this was so incredible, and he was a little nervous because it was his first time maybe, but I thought he was great, and all the kids loved him. But I love Swoop, and next time I would like a photo with Swoop because I am all about the fun mascots coming to the meets. So next time, Swoop, if you're listening or anybody is listening for Swoop, please send him over to the commentating place booth area so we can take Swoop pictures, please. I really want one.
Commentating area.
Well, it's not like a booth. It's like,
I know.
It's a sideline.
No, you're basically right, just in front of like the basketball boards, those like the basketball tables or like desk things that they have lined out with all the ads on the front and stuff like that.
Well, it's kind of funny because if you read on that desk, it says like all the people that commentate or do stuff for like other sports. So it says like Tom Helmer and like, other people. I'm like,
where's Kim Dallas?
Where's Kim Dallas Brown? I want a name tag. Next time I might bring my own. It's fine. I'll get a name tag.
There you go.
Gwen. She was in the bar lineup, which we'll talk about later. However, she made a little slighty mistake in her vault. But guess what? Only me and a couple other people know that. If you're watching at home and don't know that she's supposed to do just a Yurchenko full, not a tuck. She tucked those little knees up, but she had perfect tucked form, and it resulted in a nice stuck landing. Yeah. So, I mean...
It was a nice vault, but did you ask her why she felt she had to tuck? Did she feel she didn't get a block or anything? Because it didn't look that bad. It didn't look, but it was tough.
No, it didn't look bad. And honestly, I didn't stick around after the meet because I had to go to the bowling league. I had the bowling yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to like interact as much. I had to like speed out of there to get back home. But I mean, whether she thought she couldn't get around or she wasn't going to land right, whatever the reason, she still had great form, and it resulted in a stuck landing. So I mean,
no, it was a good. It was a good vault. I mean, obviously a lower start value, but it was a good vault. It was good.
Yeah. And then EMU, can we please? I love you guys. Can we please put Gianna Antonio in the floor lineup? She needs to be in the floor lineup with her Eyes of a Nation eyes. Please, her floor team. She's ready. She's ready. Her and Priya got the same score. She's ready. Get her right in there. That's what I got to say. Get her right in there.
I did not watch the end of this competition because it wasn't on our thing. I just wanted to kind of see things and whatever, and obviously watch Kim and give her some crap, like I do. But but I've seen her the last couple weeks in the lineup in doing the exhibition spot, and I think I agree. I think she's
I'm
she's
ready.
Fun to watch. She's fun to watch.
And then I was really excited because Kent State, as I said. The last time I saw Kent State was when I did MAC championships in 2022, but like half the people are, different. So it was really great to see them, up close, personal, like right there. They're very good. Like I can see why they're the 2024 regular season champions. Like they're very good. And Eastern is amazing too. Like this is their year. They're 4-0. Like, hello, if you're going to lose to somebody, okay, let's lose to the regular season champs. That's fine. Like it's great. But yeah, they're good. They're very good all over the gym. Very good. I was very, very impressed with everything I saw that I actually paid really good attention, cause I had to, but I was really impressed with them. Especially, we'll talk about it when we get down to they did that things, but I was really impressed. It was a very good meet for them.
Well, moving over to our Fab Five, and you already talked about Alyssa Gunn's 9925 floor. I mean, yes, great, awesome. Obviously the best score of the competition for the most part. But since we can't put 6 in our lineup, and you already had that on there, I wasn't going to take it off, Addie Wall. I had to put Addie Wall in our Fab Five. I watched the Georgia-Florida meet. It was one of my meets just to watch, and because I was curious just to watch Georgia and see how Georgia's doing this year. Addie Wall is killing it. Her Yurchenko 1.5. Now, we've posted it on her Instagram this year already. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Her double layout off bars, which is new in college. She didn't use that in club. Well, she did her senior year, but she didn't use it much in college, or in club. She did in college. Beautiful double lay. Triple flight on beam, another one of our triple flighters, and then a beautiful full in. I mean, she is doing it for the team, and it's awesome, and I'm glad to see it. And Addie Wall, keep doing it because I enjoyed watching, and you look happy. Georgia looks happy. They look like they're having a lot of fun, and they are actually doing quite well. I mean, very well. They will be in our triple flight talk down at Beam because, wow. I I know you love the sticky feet stuff with Kent State. I mean, I know you can't get over the fact that they stuck vaults and stuck landings all over the gym.
It was like one after another, after another, after another. I was just like, dang. And you could see like Eastern trying to respond by like trying, I think they were overly trying to stick like their bar dismounts because it resulted in chest down, some steps, but like Kent State just knew where to put their feet every time. It was just, it was like watching Michigan State do everything, like they knew exactly where those feet needed to go every time. It was sticky feet spray, sticky feet, win the meet.
Yeah, there you go. Sticky feet in the meat. I got a text from good old All-American Kim Dallas. And since we were watching OU Alabama as one of our meets this week, she has a story on Hannah.
Oh my gosh. So listen, I was at Athlete Warrior this weekend at the meet, and All American Flames was there and Mel was there. And I was just at, we said hi, exchanged our highs. And I asked her, I'm like, so how's Hannah doing? And we kind of had a conversation moment about when I found out and how she's doing well now and starting to walk and making comments about, it's weird, learning how to walk again and not having to, consciously think about it. And she, Mel was telling me this story that Hannah literally had a talk to Jesus moment. Like she was on the stair stepper. I guess she has to stair step for so many minutes, hours, whatever she's doing. And literally had a Jesus moment of, she told her mom, like, I talked to Jesus, or I talked to God, or he came, he said words to me type of thing. And the premise of it was telling her, what are you going to tell them? And in regards to like, what are you going to tell the coaches and your team, like when you get back from this injury? Like, did you put in all the work that you needed to put in to get back, to get healthy? Like she just felt like she has to do all her numbers. She has to do all her rehab, like work equally as hard being injured coming back as she does in the lineup or getting into a lineup, because it was, what am I going to tell them? Like, what am I going to tell my coaches? What am I going to tell my teammates? Like, did I work as hard as I could to get back, or did I not? Because, you can go either way. You can work your tail off, or you can just do the bare minimum. And Hannah, as we know, is not a do the bare minimum person. And she's, right now being the best support system, cheerleader, mat mover as she can. And we all know Hannah's that person. But she's so self-driven that, when I heard this, I heard her mom telling me this story, I was like, absolutely, like, that is it. That's Hannah. What am I going to tell them? And that was the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm making a t-shirt. Hannah Scheibel quote, what am I going to tell them? Because I think that's fantastic. Just a coming to Jesus moment on the stair stepper. Like, I don't know. I should have recorded the story that Mel was telling me, because I just made like little tiny notes. So sorry, Mel, if I'm not getting it all right or whatever, but it was just like one of those moments, like, wow, like that's who Hannah is. And that's that kid. Like, and couldn't be more proud of her, and her mom can't be more proud of her, because she can work her tail off and she can get right back where she was and still be the same. So
For those in our audience that don't know, do you want to update why Hannah is not competing this year?
She tore her Achilles. So
yes.
This is why she's not competing. She tore her Achilles. But she's doing well. She's coming back. She had her surgeries and she's doing all her rehab. But yeah, she tore her Achilles. And unfortunately, speaking of that, Danny Fuentes.
Oh yes,
Terry.
Yes.
I forgot. She tore her Achilles as we know. And I was talking about that at the meet, not on the broadcast, but I'm like, that's a huge hole that they're gonna have to fill, because she contributes to floor. I was so looking forward to her floor. She contributes to floor and beam, and I think she has bars too.
Yeah, no, I saw that post, and that was very sad. I commented, and I was just like, it's sad to see, but hopefully she bounces back quickly and gets back in there for next year. But
well, she needs to talk to Hannah and have a
Jesus moment.
Let Hannah tell the story. I think Hannah needs to tell that story just like everywhere, like motivational speak, tell your story, because that's amazing. Mm-hmm. So Danny, you can do it. Call Hannah. She'll get you through it too.
There you go. we're pulling for you though, Danny, both of you. But obviously, Danny's in the process now of going to go through rehab, and Hannah's on her back tail end of that process. So I did not watch this competition. Wish I would have, but I did not see a single routine from it. Kind of crazy that the national champion was upset this week by Arkansas. Yeah.
I did not watch. I saw like snippets. I didn't watch the whole thing. Like I'm going to go back and watch it when I have a moment, but I just saw the social media post and I was like, dang. And then, there's the Livy Dunn debacle. So I'm like, I want to go watch this meet now. Yeah. So it's on my list of things to do is to watch, like sit down and watch it in its entirety, not just snippets, but
yeah,
dang.
Arkansas beat LSU, but they also said there were some judging issues there too. So
where are there not judging issues?
I know, exactly.
I feel like, so like, all these scores, I just feel like everybody's team scores are like insanely super low compared to like normal because, they're judging differently. But I'm like, when I'm looking at a 194 and I was like, or 190, just like teams that I am used to having like higher scores. I mean, didn't Florida get 198 this week or something?
They did get 198, yes. And they were maybe a little bit over scored on some things, but they did well. I mean, I enjoyed watching them meet, so I have a few more comments, but
like it's just interesting. Like I don't know, but good for Arkansas. Like they're coming up. They're up. They're coming.
Well, yeah, they like to take upsets at their home place. The Squishmellows for the win.
Oh my god.
That was a cool thing.
Yeah. Oh, who doesn't love a Squishmallow? My gymnast. Okay, so one of my kids, Alyssa, she has like an entire room full of these Squishmallows. Like, so I thought that was so funny. I'm like, oh my god, I want to have a Squishmallow meet. But yeah, she like kids these days, they have just like 1,000 of these Squishmallows. In the background, you could hear like them raffling them off or whatever they did. And the picture that Ball State posted of their like win and Ashley is like squeezing this Squishmallow. So
of course she is.
Yeah, she did bars.
Yes, she did do bars this week as well as beam. It was a nice beam routine too. But yes, no, great theme. I thought it was fun, and you could definitely see all the Squishmallows in the audience with the kids. And apparently the commentator did not bring her Squishmallow. She wanted to make sure that we knew that. So
Megan.
It's unfortunate.
Megan Teeter. You know that was Megan Teeter, right?
I did not. I didn't even pay attention to the beginning, and her voice sounds different. So, but now that you say that, I probably knew that. But
it was Megan Teeter.
All right, sorry, Megan. I didn't catch the beginning. I was watching doing something when it started. The gymnastics I watched.
I didn't watch the beginning either, but I saw it on social media, and then I listened. And I'm like, oh, it is Megan Teeter.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. So.
Yeah, surprise.
We did have one freshman exhibition debut, what I didn't watch because, again, this was the meet at EMU and Kent that I turned off towards the end. So Annika Most from Kent State.
Yes, Most. Don't get that wrong.
I did say Most. Did exhibition beam. Kim can talk a little bit about her routine and how she did. But it's exciting that she actually did beam today or this week.
Listen. Oh my God. When I saw her name on the, because on the lineup, they a lot of times will have, okay, in the lineup spot, they had Ashley or Annika, together, like one or the other. And then obviously down that puts Ashley or Annika down in the bottom. And, did I want her to be in the lineup? Absolutely. But she did the exhibition spot. And I was like, oh my God, yes, thank you. As long as she's doing beam for me, I don't care what spot you're really in because I just need to see your beam. And I talked to Brent all about the beam. I'm like, okay, look, listen, stop talking. Look over there. We're going to watch beam now. You will be impressed. So her beam, her beam is exquisite. She had some wobbles and some bobbles because, first time, doing beam. But you can definitely see after some more times go in the lineup, getting comfortable, consistent. She's going to be amazing. She does the one mount, she doesn't do her jump on split. She does that other one, the balancy one that, she used to always do also, that she used to trade back and forth. Mm-hmm. So she did that because I was trying to explain, she does this split jump mount, or she used to do this balance on her shoulder mount. And then she did it. I'm like, look, that one, watch over there. And she did her front aerial to back handspring beautifully. Her front aerial to scale was a little wobbly, but you know what? I don't care. And she did gain her pike off the end, stuck the landing. It was amazing. So, I mean, you could tell she was a little nervous, I think, had some little nerves going on, like when you can see him shake. But I was so excited to see her in a spot that is working into a lineup, because she's like beam queen. She needs to be in the lineup.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing her actually in the lineup.
Yeah, me too.
So it'll be fun. Gwen Cantu is in the bar lineup and flying over the low bar as you love, which of course Kim got three or four of those comments in, like she always does.
Well, yeah, because a few people jump over the low bar.
Yes. And of course a good double layout as always. So that was cool to see her in the lineup. And then McKenna King.
Yeah, but she only went 9.325. Like I don't understand.
Well, she was in on her Jaeger close. She was in close, and she also didn't she.
I know she. I feel
did she
like
bail? Because somebody in one of these meets did the kip cast hand bail to 45 or horizontal, and that's a big deduction. If you don't connect, it's got to go to handstand. So
she goes. I think she should. I think she goes Jaeger right to bail.
Correct. But somebody was in close and couldn't connect, so they had to go kip cast handstand and did a small bail, like a horizontal bail. And I don't know if that was the Kent State meet, Kent Eastern, or if that was the Ball State meet. I can't remember which one.
I don't think it, because I think Gwen connected it, but her bail was
wonky. Okay, all right. So that could be it. Maybe it was close or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. But I remember somebody had to go kip cast hand and they did a bail. Maybe it was from Western. I can't remember, but they had to do a bail to horizontal, and that's a big deduction. It has to go to handstand if it comes from cast.
Yes.
So, but anyway, but awesome. Glad to see her in the lineup and back in, especially since the elbow injury last year, the surgery.
I was very excited. As soon as I saw her name in the spot 4, I'm like, woo! I squealed like a schoolgirl. I was very excited for her.
Good. And then McKenna King debuted beam, but also debuted for the season on bars, because she hadn't been in the bar lineup either. She was in the bar lineup last year, but debuted beam. She did fall in her series, unfortunately. But she did debut beam, and that's awesome to see her in 2 events. But bars was her first time on bar lineup. She was also in a little close on her Jaeger, which is a little bit abnormal. But it was a nice routine and a very nice double layout. She did take a small hop. However, very nice, and she is in our bar lineup, so we will talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. D3 Athlete of the Week. We do not have this routine yet, unfortunately. She is going to get it to us, but we did actually see another one as well, so we might split it this week because they're both fantastic athletes. Both Brockport athletes. Kiera Hockman on floor 9.9 this week for D3. Kim, 9.9.
Yes, I know.
9.9.
I wrote it down.
2-3, 9.9. And then Emma Brookins, also from Brockport, on floor 9.875. So they killed floor, obviously, with those 2 scores. We'll definitely look forward to seeing those routines, and when we get them, they will be up on our social for sure. And you know what? We'll do a duo Athlete of the Week this week for D3. We'll just do both. So
yes, let's.
We both can be D3 Athletes of the Week for Region 5. So Kiera, Emma, congratulations on your floor performances in week 4 in the NCAA. You want to see more of our alums and find out how to stay connected with our Region 5 alums as we do content for them each and every week during the college season. Check out the R5 College Salute podcast on Instagram. That's where our podcast is posted. Pictures that Kim takes from meets. We have videos up there. We try to get videos from the athletes during the time. If they do a big vault, if they do a big floor routine, bar routine, we have things up like that. Pictures, as I said, from Kim when she's there, as well as, like I said, the podcast. Region 5 College Salute on YouTube. We have some segments of our podcast, our video of our podcast where you can watch us. And as Kim flails her arms and hits their table and, and makes noise. You can watch our podcast, weekly routines, especially for Alumni Monday, and then extra content here and there, which, sometimes, hopefully soon, we'll do another College Salute Live in our new format, but looking forward to that. But then Alumni Monday, of course, posted on our website that has highlights around 10 routines each week that we may not show on our podcast, like this week's beautiful 2 back handsprings to a layout from Layla Hammer from Maryland, as well as a very nice Yurchenko full from Gabby Riley from Kent State. So if you watched that meet that Kim was at, she had an absolutely gorgeous Yurchenko full, and we'll have that one up on our Alumni Monday, posted Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, depending on the week, each and every week on our socials and, of course, on our website. So follow R5 College Salute Podcast on Instagram and R5 College Salute on YouTube for more alumni content each and every day of the season. Well, they did that. Or didn't.
Or they didn't.
Let's just talk quickly, and we can talk about this. We talked last week about the CMU meet and how there was one camera for 2 teams, and we missed things. Well, now we had 3 teams. We had 2 cameras, but apparently people would vault, and we wouldn't know it, or, and that was the entire meet. We didn't see any vaults. We saw them afterward, which was fine, because at least we saw them. But I do agree. If you're going to put 2 videos, it's not hard to do 3. Now, maybe they didn't have 3 cameras. I don't know. But clearly you had a camera to film all the vaults. So somebody, and there's
a camera, man. There's a camera.
Right. And you're also a college program. So I'm sure you have a wireless device that can make that camera be a camera that can go and, put in the stream.
And
I was like,
your Ball State.
And your Ball State. So it was hilarious.
I would hope you would have it.
Correct.
Better.
It was hilarious that they started on vault because, of course, the home team. But yeah, we didn't see any of their vaults until the end, which we did see them all until the end. But we see, Northern. We saw Western Michigan on bars, and then we saw Wilberforce. Sorry, on floor.
So okay, my thing is if you have this and you're doing the 2 boxes, why you could have really played Ball State's vault live for us and then replayed Wilberforce. However, I do have to say, in my commentating research mind, okay, great. Thank you for playing Wilberforce because I have them next so I can do a little research. However, you could have replayed some of those instead of missing all of the home team's vaults live. Yeah. That's why when I wrote that, I'm like, did you guys vault? Just did Ashley do bars the other day? But I would rather have just seen Ball State's vaults live. They're the home team. Not even staff's the home team.
Exactly. And then just to comment and to play off that thing, I mean, Wilberforce, it was awesome to see. Glad to see we have other new programs in the NCAA and everything. And obviously they're in development. They're in the process of trying to. Do you know that school's in Ohio? I did not. I do know that now. I did not know that until.
It's outside of Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
I literally thought it was in Mississippi or Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't know until this year when I found out that the school was coming to have gymnastics. I looked it up, so I did know where it was. But bars. Okay, if you're live on bars with that type of situation, I get it. You don't know, but when there was a very nice routine with an array and a blindfold double back, I think, or something. It was very nice. TOEFL blindfold double back, I think. Very nice routine. Went 9-4-2-5s. A little bit messy, whatever. It's fine, but let's not put some of the routines that literally, one was a level 8 bar routine. I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, you don't need to put that out there and show all those when you're not even, when you're showing all the vaults. I was just.
I mean, especially if it's a tri meet or a quad meet, you're not gonna have the opportunity to film every single person,
right?
So it's okay.
Yes, but if you're highlight the one the 1 or 2 that were good routines. If you're showing it live, you can't do anything about that. But you weren't. So why did you you didn't have to show every single routine. But I guess it's cool to get them all out there, be on live television. But maybe some of them didn't want their routine on live television. You never know.
Maybe not.
So, but just another issue of camera issues and doing math. So, we learned a lot of math this past 2 weeks.
I very much, however, enjoyed the male commentator and how he called it the vault routine.
Yes, the vault routine. Yes, that is fun too.
I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, it's
Ball State's done with their vault routine. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's part of it. You already mentioned about Kent State's vault lineup a little bit.
But yeah, Kent State's vault lineup. Sticky feet.
Sticky feet, very nice.
Flare and float, except for poor Alvine. She did not flare. She tried to flare and float, and then she crunched those little ankles. But she normally flares and floats, so I was looking forward to that. But their vaults, they got some vaults. They all do the same Yurchenko full, like every single one of them. So it was very easy in my notes, and I didn't have to look for anything. So it was great.
Exactly.
It's great. Thank you, Kent State, for that.
Thank you, Kent State. Made Kim's job easier. I saw this on social media and immediately reached out to get the video to post it on our Instagram. You can see this on our Instagram. Jojo Valahovic's stuck Yurchenko 1.5. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Beautiful.
It was so funny because when I sent you the video, like I screenshot it and sent it to you, I'm like, well, don't disregard Caitlin Grimes, but wait, she stuck her vault too. But JoJo is what I want you to watch.
Correct.
That vault was great.
I had already seen it and already reached out for it when you did it. So I was absolutely awesome. It was great, beautiful. She's doing 3 events for them for North Carolina, which is awesome. But that was a great vault. And BT Dub, the new Leos. Hello, those were very amazing, and she got to be the model on the Instagram too, by the way. But oh my God, I loved the Leos. Great job, guys. Yes, Kim commented almost immediately.
I did.
MSU stuck vaults again, 4 out of 6. Apparently, I did not see their meet this weekend, so
I saw the highlights.
So, but again, just sticking vaults clearly.
Just sticking vaults.
A vault I did see. This Souk full from Georgia's Nia Howard, beautiful. It reminds me of Mary Lou Retton, but a much better landing than Mary Lou Retton, because Mary Lou Retton did not stick. Let's all be honest. But
no,
absolutely beautiful.
And totally different table structure.
True story. Nia Howard does not have to half on. She can cartwheel, which makes the vault a whole heck of a lot easier. However, a Souk full is still not easy because to go one way and twist the other way is not easy no matter what. But very nice vault, beautiful vault. Another beautiful vault, which was new, and I'm almost 100% sure this is the very first competition she did it in.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they mentioned that because she didn't do it the week before.
Lindsay Gerard from Ball State, beautiful pike front half. She was on the front of the table a little bit, kind of gave me Alicia Sacramone vibes.
I was going to say, but hello, Alicia Sacramone does
but it's a great vaulter, but beautiful. Big step, but for her first time out, absolutely awesome.
Hey, BT Dub, do you know Alicia Sacramone just had her 5th child?
Yes, they did talk about that, and John said something about on a broadcast about her having they already have their 6th in the works or something like that.
The last time I paid attention, she was just having number 4.
Right. That's why I think
now we're at 5.
Right. He was making fun of that. Like he said, they just had number 5 and 6 is in the works or something like that. I don't know.
That was crazy.
But anyway. And then a shout out to Brooke Galisko, also from from Western Michigan. I'm sorry. Her tuck half, also really nice.
But also from Michigan.
But she is from Michigan too. Very nice front tuck half on vault. I thought that was impressive.
She has worked very hard on that vault over the years, and she's killing it on it this year. So I'm really excited to see her, doing vault things.
I was very impressed with Western's vaulting as a whole. I mean, they're mostly 9.95 vaults, but absolutely gorgeous positions, good landings, and the anchor, of course, is in our lineup this week because her vault's just stunning, as always. Let's move over to bars, and yes, she is, Kim. Yes, and on all 4 events in 2025. Let me just say,
on
yes,
many events.
You're right.
But when Sam was like, Audrey Davis is just money on bars, girl, she's money everywhere. But yes, the bar routine, the bar routine.
Yes.
And you know what? Get this. So her boyfriend is also a gymnast at OU, and they took a picture on their Instagram because Instagram things. Both of them, fingers full of rings.
I know. Tell me about it. They got a lot of hardware in their careers.
They are going to be another, you are going to have all-star babies.
Yeah,
I mean, if that's what you guys choose to do.
True. Kim's already writing your life, so.
I am. All-star babies. They're going to go to OU. They're going to do gymnastics. It's add to the hardware collection. Mm-hmm. Where do you keep those rings, you guys?
Exactly.
Anyways.
Apparently, during any of Western Michigan's routines so far, or meets this year so far, Kim has been making T-shirts or doing something because she missed DK Roy's bar dismount. But it is not new. She put in her notes, new. Well, maybe new this season, but not new for this season.
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, I feel like I saw it when we watched that one meet before.
Yes.
But still, I forgot about it clearly because I was not expecting it. I was not ready for it. I was like, ooh, because she normally does, the double layout. But it's DK Roy, you are amazing.
Yes.
I just love watching her.
Yeah, beautiful layout, full out in her bar dismount this year for 2025, which is awesome.
I love it. Great.
I haven't watched Auburn at all. This is the first time I've recorded this, so I watched the Auburn-Oregon State meet, so I got to see the chainsaw. That was hilarious.
Oh my God. The chainsaw is the funniest stick
yes.
thing. That and did you see the plunger hat that West Virginia has?
Yes. I actually didn't see that until Jess talked about it on behind the scenes on Gymcastic, and then I went to go look at it because I was
watching that meet because I don't know why, but I was watching that meet and Trinity Macy, who was at Eastern last year, I was like, wait a minute, that's Trinity Macy, and then she had the plunger on her head. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but the chainsaw was hilarious. I actually posted a kind of a reaction dance of Taylor on our Instagram. Go check that out. It's a small video. Caitlin Jong from Auburn. I mean, I love watching Caitlin when she was actually doing elite for like 5 seconds, and then then she did 10. But stalled her to a half and half out. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I thought it was awesome. I had to, this wasn't one of our meets that we showcased, but that one I had to talk about because it was beautiful.
Somebody from Kent State did stalled her on the high bar to something.
I think she just stalled her to double tuck.
Was it double tuck? I knew it was stalled her to something.
Yeah, so. And then one athlete that, of course, was in our lineup meets but not obviously Region 5 athlete, Chloe LaCourcier. Everything. Handstands, form, stick. I love Audrey Davis. You all know that. Her bar routine this bar routine, there's nothing. You just sit there in awe. Like, everything is perfect. There is not a form break anywhere. Not that there is an Audrey Davis either, but like literally it is perfect. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous routine, and she deserves the score she gets because everything is perfect. Although I'm not sure if she actually got the score she deserves because she probably deserves higher. But anyway.
She does that one crazy skill, that full twisting Nabieva.
She does do that, but she doesn't do it in college.
Not in this routine, but
she does do it, yes.
She's your social media sensation with
Correct.
that.
Yes, she does do that. She is on Instagram. We have seen it, but yes, maybe try it in college.
Throw it out there.
We'll see how it works. Let's just see NCAA team finals. Just do it. No,
just for giggles. Make the bar final, and there you go.
Exactly. Well, I mentioned up in the intro about Nene. Is it Nene? How do you say Nene? Is it Nene?
Nene
Alvine, that everybody can just stop doing beam unless you triple flighted this week, because everybody pretty much triple flighted. That was the week, and we'll explain it in a second. However, her flight series, you could do beam. Yours is pretty. Yours is good.
Hello, her flight series and her dismount. Her flight series, the standing layout, that's like super duper high.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Yep.
And then back handspring, step out to back handspring 2 feet to full and a half or whatever. Who does that? Like, who does that?
Very few.
Like, not many people are doing that.
Yes, Kim's talking about this. She has so many acro elements in her routine.
She does. She has like a crap ton. She did layout. She did 2 back handsprings to a full and a half. I want to say double full, but that's not it. Full and a half. And she does either a front aerial or a side aerial or a front toss. She has another skill. I'm like, what? Why do we have so much?
It's crazy.
It is.
I'm going to jump down real quick before I talk about the amount of triple flights that we saw, to just talk a little bit about some Grace Sumner and Allie Shop's aerial back handsprings this week. Both very beautiful. Both in the same competition. Both gorgeous. Absolutely perfect. Nice aerial. Good tight back handspring. Nice finishes. No wobble. Just nice. Very, very nice. And that series is not easy.
I was happy to see Grace Sumner in the bars and back in the bar and beam lineup, because she didn't do that. She didn't do bars and beam at
I wonder if she was just sick, because she's always in bars and beams. So,
she might have.
Yeah, Megan actually, now that I know it was, Megan actually said that. She goes, yeah, she's back in the lineup this week and glad to have her back in, whatever. So, but yeah, no, that was awesome that, to see those very nice aerial back handsprings. And then another series that's not a triple. Oh, actually, no, this was a triple flight. So let me go back and just talk about the triple flight in 2025. The Lele from McMahon. Kim already talked about McMahon's. Is that how you say her last name? I
think it's just McMahon. Delaney
sorry.
McMahon.
Okay, maybe I wrote it wrong. Sorry. Her mount. We all know about that head spring, back handspring off a shin, whatever like that. We talked about that a couple podcasts. She made it. Whatever. Great. Her triple flight, back handspring Lele, perfect, gorgeous. Adds into this week. 5 of the 6 from Georgia triple flight. I wonder who has something to do about that. Who's at Georgia now coaching balance beam?
I don't know. No idea.
We have no idea.
Couldn't tell you.
Only an Olympic coach, but anyway, one of those.
And an Olympian herself. Let's get real here.
True story. That's the more important one, right? The Olympian for Paris. She was the Olympian for Paris.
She was the Olympian for Paris
for France back in 1996, which I saw her compete live.
Wow.
One of those.
Good for you.
One of those triple flights from Georgia was Harley Tomlin. If you know NFL football, you know Tomlin is a very famous name because that is her dad, Mike Tomlin, is the head coach at Pittsburgh. So the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach is Harley Tomlin's dad. She also does a very nice 2 back handsprings to a layout. Absolutely gorgeous. Sydney Turner from Iowa. Gainer back handspring layout. Gainer back handspring layout. You don't see that very often at all. Absolutely gorgeous.
I feel like I saw somebody do that.
Somebody else
maybe they just get Gainer. I saw somebody do Gainer something. I don't know.
But
Continue.
there is just so many triple flights this year. It's like you have to triple flight, or what are you doing? Or what are you
doing with your life if you're not triple flighting?
True story. There's so many. But those are like the highlight ones. And just the fact that 5 out of 6 from Georgia do a triple flight. And I think the other one is what's her name? Lily Smith? Or is it Smith? Really?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, she does front aerial to back tuck. So, that's a pretty cool series, as not basic back handspring layout step up. So, but yeah, triple flights, 5 of 6 at Georgia. Awesome. You know that eye contact game that people play on floor to make you keep your chin up?
Yeah, like the smile
knock
game.
Them down, knock them down, knock them down, knock them down. Ilka does it through the entire routine for everyone in both judges' tables and the people and the score flasher and the coaches around.
On beam?
On beam. She's always looking, smile. She looks over here. She looks over there. She does it over here. She looks on both sides. It's not one-sided. She works on both sides.
She looks everywhere, I think, except the balance beam. And I have photos of this.
Yes.
I have photos of all of this. She looks everywhere but the beam.
Exactly.
But listen, that is how beam should be done. You need to take your eyes off the beam. You need to look around. You need to look at the judges. You need to not just always eyes down on the beam. Yes. I cannot stress that to people enough. Get those eyes up and use those eyes.
Yes, no, and her triple flight was very nice as well. But another one, but no, I just was like amazed by that. I was just like, holy cow, she literally is looking everywhere. Like,
oh my God! Speaking of looking everywhere, wait till you see one of my little golds from on beam at our meet. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
You'll have to remind me.
Oh, I will.
I will watch.
You'll die.
And then
she will be the highlight video.
And then of course you put this in here to make me happy. That's just what you do.
Yes, you're welcome. She did it, Grace. From 5-Star Grace. Kierner, can't say it.
Yes, yes.
What is it? Kernick? I think that's what it is. We had it phonetically written. So she does a side semi. I knew you would enjoy that. And I think I said that during the show about the side semi and Jason's love for the side semi. Yeah, and then I'd have to tell you about it.
I may have to go back and listen to that because I didn't hear that.
Yeah, because you didn't watch Beam, evidently.
Yeah, I did watch Beam, but I didn't watch the entire entity.
Well, she did exhibition. She was she was the second exhibition. So that if you didn't see Annika, you're not seeing Grace.
Oh no, right? Yeah, because I didn't watch that team at all. I didn't watch Kent State do Beam at the end. I didn't watch their exhibitions. So, but I will go back. That's awesome though. But her side semi is very nice.
It's a nice side semi. It's a great side semi.
Nice. Yes. Some floor things. Diamond Cook. Yes.
Okay, so listen, Diamond Cook. Wilberforce. Now, their floor routines, most of them are uber boring. Okay, no offense. Listen, girls, Wilberforce, take note, because I'm pointing here and I know you all can see at home that I'm pointing. Take note of Diamond Cook and her floor routine. Girl showed that off. That was the most entertaining floor routine. It was definitely the most entertaining floor routine in your lineup. But oh my God, I cannot wait to see her live. I could have watched it again, and she got a good score. She had great tumbling. It was all the things and more. I absolutely enjoyed that floor routine. She had face, she had expression. No wonder she's last, because as she should. That floor routine was exquisite.
Yes.
But speaking of exquisite floor routines, I about tinkled myself when I saw that Zoe Rankin was going to be in the floor lineup, because I love her floor routine. She is from Kent State, not from Region 5, but same floor routine she did last year, but that girl just shows that routine off. There is eyes, there is faces. And near us, on our side where we were, Carly Franz, she's their like media girl. She does the pictures and the social medias. And she was standing there in the corner, and Zoe does, whatever Zoe things, like, and she just right towards her. So it was so great. And she found that camera on the other side of the floor, because let me tell you, EMU, your camera skills are on point after I overwhelmed the poor boy. But camera skills, it's been great. But oh my God, that floor routine is so high energy. It's like we are opening the floor lineup with Zoe and we're ending with Alyssa Guns. It's like beautifulness. I open excited, I end excited.
And you can tell she's very excited during a podcast, and I apologize for all the hits of the table, knock over, kick things. This is what Kim does. She's just too excited. She has to keep moving. She can't sit still for any moment. So
nope.
We're also going to pick on her just a little bit. Now we've already discussed this off the podcast before we start recording on why she said it, and I do understand why she said it, but I'm going to correct it. On floor, Paria's first pass is a absolutely beautiful Rudy straddle jump to a punch front. Okay, it's very nice. Big, huge, straddle jump's huge. Okay, she says she does the punch front to keep her from keeping control, which I took that as so she doesn't go flying backwards, because you see a lot of people who do this, the Rudy straddle jumps, and they travel backwards. They don't go up. They go backwards. She actually does the front tuck because she has to. Because if she does a front double full last pass, that means that's her double salto. So that's why I say it. Even though I know what you meant by it, I know you're raising your hand. Go ahead, Kim, please speak.
In her routine, I care less about her tumbling and more about the rest of her routine.
The faces after her front double full when she finishes that.
Yes. So I mean, Priya could just run across the floor skipping, and I would still talk and love it just as much.
Exactly.
But,
and then she would find herself sitting on the bench because she would have no routine. So anyway, she has to do the tumbling.
She would still get in the lineup, I bet, because that routine is everything and everything. But
yes, the Rudy straddle jump punch front. Yes, the Rudy straddle jump punch front. She has to front tuck because that is her double salto. Now let's move to Alana Fisher.
Let's do that.
Okay. Took her double back right up and then right down. Well, thank God she didn't get stuck in the air, because that would be awkward. Very nice double pike, by the way. Very nice double pike. But yes, straight up and then straight down. I was like, thank God.
Let me preface this. Some people don't take their double back straight up and straight down.
True.
They take them
and we saw
back
a few
and
of
forth.
And we saw a few of those. Yes.
Or I could be like a commentator from another meet that's going to remain nameless at this moment, who's not a gymnastics person, and somebody else told me about that, says, and she did her twirls on the beam and her flippies on the floor. Okay, so I'm not going to say that. But no, she did. I was like, because it went straight up, nice and high, and then just right down like a lawn dart. I mean, I didn't have any words, and all the people standing in front of me.
It was a very nice double pike. It was huge, but it was just so funny. Yes, it was much better than one of the Western Michigan athletes on floor this week, which I'm sure she'll fix that problem, but that went straight back and off the floor. So landed off the floor, so that was scary.
Hey,
but
at least I have decreased my absolutely.
That was hilarious. Right away, I wrote that down because I was like, I happened to see that, and I was like, oh my God, stuck in the air. And so I was thinking, that would be really awkward if she was just stuck there. She wasn't coming down.
Now people need to understand. This is why I make sure I write down all of their skills, because clearly I get so excited. I'm like a little puppy who has to piddle, and sometimes words just don't come out right.
Yes.
At least I don't swear.
Exactly. Saraya Johnson from Minnesota, your front full front half. Beautiful. Love it. I love that pass. That's really cool. Lindsay Gerard, you stay on the floor this week. That was cool. Nice, very nice layout, Rudy. Huge double back. And then I'm going to correct my mistake from last week because I wasn't sure what the heck you were doing. Although I still think you don't need it. That's my coaching perspective, she does a front layout front full, and it's very nice. Last week, she did a hollow layout to a front pike, and I was like, what is that? Clearly, the timing is wrong, so I correct my mistake. That was what it was supposed to be, and it was very nice this week. So awesome to see Lindsay in both events that she did, but she did great at both meets.
I think when I watched that meet, I was commentating that meet, she did that funky front layout. I was like, I don't think that's what that's supposed to be, but because she didn't warm that up.
And then Kai Ophelia from Ball State. You have never competed before. I couldn't grasp. I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that floor routine, tumbling, presentation, huge double pike. I couldn't get around that you have never competed before.
Well, look at Nene Alvin. This is the first year. I mean, she's only a sophomore, but this is the first year she's done all around. She normally just does beam, and like her events are exquisite.
But isn't Kaya a senior? Isn't she a senior? I thought she was a senior.
Oh, I thought she was maybe a junior. She might be a senior. That might be. I was like, you might be right.
How? Have you been injured? Have you just been? How? That routine was gorgeous. It was beautiful. The presentation, I loved it.
I feel like I've seen her compete, but she hasn't competed like in lineups. I think she's done a lot of exhibition.
Maybe she has. Okay, if she at least she's been out there, but
but like her, she's great. She's exquisite. She's so good. I enjoyed watching her when they were at Ball State.
Yes, no.
I mean, when Ball State came to Eastern, you know what I'm saying?
Correct. Really, a couple more things in our other things they did that. Faith's face was yes. That when the Alabama do, it was.
I
funny.
really wish I knew what the Alabama kid was saying.
I don't know, but it was funny.
But like then the one guy, the coach or assistant coach, whoever, walked up to him and said something, and Faith is just like.
Her face was hilarious.
Like, you're gonna get in trouble. Oh my god, it was so great.
I also like that John said when they were sticking landings, like Faith stuck her vault. Is she gonna get in trouble for sticking? Because apparently their goal this year is not to try to force them or to get themselves to stick because of last year's nationals. So they're just trying to be explosive height, power, stuff like that. If they're taking steps right now, great. And she stuck her landing cold, and it was a gorgeous year to 1.5. And John's like, is she gonna get in trouble for sticking 1.5? That was funny too, but
then speaking of boys in the crowd, Mizzou's Speedo clad gentleman.
Did you see this on social? I did not see this. When you put this in here, I had no clue what you're talking about.
It was on. Well, I saw it on Planet of Gymnastics, and I saw it.
Of course, Hannah finds it.
Yeah, but I saw it on Mizzou's website too. They're in Speedos.
Oh, yeah. I did not see that. Yep. Now I do. That's interesting.
Yeah. Like, are you I think it's definitely. Okay. Now, it's not just regular boys in Speedos. It's definitely the swim team. They are muscly, except for Jesus. Look, Jesus came.
Oh, yeah. He did. And long hair. Yep.
Very Jesus-y. But yeah, I mean, okay, good. That's kind of fun that evidently it's the swim team that or the water polo team, one or the other, some water team.
Some water sport.
It's a water sport, but that's kind of fun. Okay, yeah, let's show up in our Speedos. They should have wrote something on their chest or something, but like, good cool for them.
Yeah.
It's all in great shape.
That's cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine doing beam right there though with like the Speedo-clad gentleman?
No, I'm sure they would be laughing. I don't know how they would be focused.
When I saw it on Hannah's thing, somebody from whatever this blue school is, Kentucky, it was a Kentucky? It's like right by the beam. Like, look, she's getting ready to mount the beam.
Yep.
Like she's there.
She's like pointing her hands there. Okay.
Yeah, but when you get onto that beam, you are like eye level with Speedo-clad gentlemen.
Correct. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. It's like the Bronco boys, except they didn't have Speedos on.
Yeah, or the group at Auburn that has girls now. There's girls in the group now, and they still do floor routine finishes and.
They're called something. Yeah, they have like a nickname.
Yeah, they do. But Salome Blakely's tongue out after her beam dismount. Loved it. Stuck right out. And her faces on her gator chomp. You got to check those out.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
Check her faces during her gator chomp. Florida's going to a football game, Kim. And Minnesota and Iowa, they're going to high donor luncheons. The difference between what Florida coaches wear at meets football jerseys and comfy clothes, and the Iowa and Minnesota men's coaches who are in sweaters, ties, sport coats. Craig had a sport coat on. He took it off, put it back on, put it on, took it off. I'm like, and then of course the high heels that the coaches wear, but the girl coaches. But I'm like, it was like two different perspectives. You have football, relaxed, and I know that Steve Spurrier was there, the whole, former head football coach, and they had some kind of football in their Leo for him for some reason. I really didn't get the theme of it. I wasn't paying attention, but I was just watching the meet. But yeah, they had football jerseys, and then here's the coaches from Minnesota and Iowa. They're all decked out like they're going to a high donor luncheon.
Yeah, but we all know Florida has been comfy for years.
No, but it's just like the difference of the two. It was just hilarious.
I understand.
I found it funny because those are two meets I was watching, and I just like, oh my lord, two differences.
Of course, in the MAC, it's all about the glitter shoes.
Yes. KJ is not Johnson. It is Kindler. Sam, come on. I'm sure you've done a lot of commentating for LSU, so that's probably just rolled off your tongue, but KJ Johnson is a gymnast and KJ Kindler is a coach. And I felt bad for Hannah. I hope everything's all right with Hannah Ruthberg. I wasn't paying attention. Did they say what happened to her? But
well, okay, so I think maybe just we're preserving because I know at the Eastern meet, I think it was on floor or in floor warm up or something. She definitely tweaked something because after one of her floor passes, I believe in warm up, she was kind of like, she looked like something occurred, like could have maybe a pull, a tweak. I don't know the story, but just from watching, I saw that she did something to her body, just something she had to have. And then I know she did beam, and then when she went and did beam, you could kind of she fell and she fell off beam, but you could kind of just see that there was something going on, ankles or something. So me personally, I want to believe in my heart of hearts that they just had her resting because of the week before. But why I really put her on here though too was she was out. She's their 5th year. She's their leader, of course, but she may not have been in the lineups or, even, leotarded up. She was, in her warm-ups, but she was still there every step of the way, giving that pep talk that you do as a 5th year, giving those, little things of inspiration, talking to the teammates, being there, cheering them on. Like, she was very much doing what you do when you're not in the lineup or when you're out or injured. But so it was great to see her still, in the mix there, because some people may not be, or they just may, but she's always the one, and always has been, from what I've seen, the one that just, gives their pep talks, talks to them before their routines. And she still did that even though she wasn't competing. So I really put that there because it just stood out to me like, yes, that is who she is. So that's why. But we definitely wish Hannah, hopefully, speedy recovery if it's something, small, because we definitely don't want to see her out this entire year because she's a very big contributor to the Ball State lineups. As she's an all-arounder there. So, all right, time for the Region 5 University, of course, presented by Full Out Recruiting. Full Out Recruiting, they are focused on helping their clients reach their college gymnastics goals with resources and guidance to athletes, coaches, and parents through the college recruiting process. They go full out to make the experience a fun and productive one. Thank you to Full Out Recruiting for sponsoring the College Salute podcast and your continued support of the Region 5 media platform. And some of you may have seen on our story, one of my athletes, Maddie Augustine, a first-year level 10, is a new Full Out Recruiting client. So just throw that out there where I'm trying to throw out people who may be picking them up when I see them to get that out and show that Full Out's doing the job here in Region 5, and they do a great job, as we have mentioned. So week 4, we saw OU versus Alabama. Very enjoyed the meet. Minnesota versus Iowa. Got to see Q on the floor doing some note-taking and stuff. And then Western Michigan, Wilberforce, and Ball State, which we also got to see Suki Pfister. Now, I'm not really sure what she's doing, but I did see her, and I was wondering if Kim saw her last week, but she said she didn't. But she was there this week. So interested if she's
a team supporter or a coach or whatever it is. I don't know because I know she's not competing, at least right now. But it was cool to see her, and I may have to reach out and find out what the heck she's doing. But anyway, let's move on to the lineup. Faith Torres, we've already talked about her vault. Hopefully she didn't get in trouble for sticking it because it was a beautiful 9.95. And she's stuck several of them already this year. I think she's stuck 2 that I've seen. Sarah Morrow, 9.9, beautiful Yurchenko full, wins the 1.5 coming. It's time. I know you tried it once and it didn't go well. I think you bounced out of it and you can score a 9.9 for a full. I get it if we never see it, but we want to see it because it's good. Avery Chambers from Iowa, 9.85, a very nice Yurchenko full. Actually, she is flat almost all the way through this vault. This has improved. I mean, she's always been a good vaulter. She's been in Iowa's lineup, I think, her entire 4 years. But it's so much better in terms of shape. It was very, very nice. 9.85. Hallie Faulkner from Western Michigan, 9.85. Also a very nice vault. By far the best vault on their team. She's the anchor, that's why. But 1.5. I know you are doing them. I've got firsthand knowledge of that. But interested to see when that will come. And then Shania, a nice 9.8 Yurchenko full. She's not 1.5 this year. I don't know if she's going to. She does them. But this was at the end of their lineup. This was actually their anchor, and she went 9.8 after some very nice 1.5s that, like, in the air that literally flew off the mat. 9.8 for a nice Yurchenko full. Good to see. 49.35 on vault. Over to bars. Kim, Ashley competed.
She did. You know what? I saw it.
Ashley Shemansky's beautiful blindfold Ginger bail. Absolutely gorgeous. Blindfold double tuck stuck like she does. She was a little subdued, though. She was not as excited. She was not as excited. I was very disappointed. Ashley, I want all the reaction. Yeah. I did like you before your beam routine, how you were really dancing and going and getting it down there. But let's do it after bars because that always, I love that. Reese Samuelson, 9.825. This Jaeger routine works for her. It's very, very nice. Grace Sumner, 9.8. She's back in the lineup this week. It was very, very nice. Maloney to Pack, I believe. Bale, I always get hers confused. I always forget about it. But I love her toe full double back. That's my favorite part of her routine, is her toe full double back. 9.8. McKenna King. Again, like we mentioned, back in the lineup. First time she's doing bars this year. She was in bar lineup last year. A little close on her straddle Jaeger, but a nice, beautiful double layout dismount. 9.8 for that. And then Ava Molina, making our by lineup 9.775. She looked happy with this routine. I don't know. Her legs were a little bit sloppy in the releases, but she did have a nice landing on her double layout. But
she was she stuck the double layout, but she was kind of close in her pack, a little wonky, but other than that, she swings a nice bar.
Yes, she does. She also does some nice floor. Unfortunately, it didn't make our lineup this week, but I loved watching her and her expression and her love, and the fact that I did find it funny that she was she said she was out of breath at the end of the routine. That came on camera.
Well, she's got to tumble and dance.
I know,
and she
dances. Yes. So, but we're on bars. 9.775. We don't dance on bars. Well, some do, but 49.075 there. Beam Faith 9.95. Another very nice beam routine for Faith. I don't know if she has anything under a 9.95 this year on beam so far.
Probably not.
I don't think. The standing full, put it in. Anyway, Haley on balance beam. This one really made me excited to see that she got a 9.9 because I saw the scores before I saw the meet. And this would be Haley Tyson. Beautiful back handspring layout on beam, very super solid. They actually did not do very well on beam, but Haley did. They had several falls on beam, but not from Haley, and it was great to see her kill it on balance beam again. Shania Adams, the best wolf turns in the business. She does them on floor. She does them on beam. 9.875, very solid by canceling layout step out too. Sarah Moreau, the beam champion of the Big Ten, 9.85, very super solid back handspring layout step out. Very nice beam routine, but her dismount looked a little awkward. I don't know if you saw it when she landed. I didn't know if it was that she was fighting and she kind of jarred a little bit. She didn't really move her feet, but it was weird. I hope she didn't lock a knee out or something like that when she did it. It just looked weird to me when she did it, but a 9.85, it didn't seem like there was a problem, but It was just awkward. And then Ashley Szymanski, 9775 on beam, but it is the pre-routine dancing and stuff for me. But 49.35 on balance beam. And then Faith, 995. Beautiful routine as normal, great double layout. She is really the only one, though, from Oklahoma that has a little bit of posy type choreography. The rest of them, they don't stop. If you've noticed that, they don't stop. Like their choreography is all action and movement through with the arms, right into the rolls, right into the movements, right into the shakes, right into the whatever they're doing. Like she has a little bit of that, but that's Faith. But she can tumble with it. Nobody's business. Her double layout's gorgeous. Her huge back warmer she puts on after floor, that was kind of funny.
Is it one of those Venom massager things?
I don't know, because it's the one that has the big red like it's red and lights and up.
The lights. Yeah, it's a massage. It warms and massages. I have one.
Huge. It was like the size of her. That's how big the thing was. But anyway, Shania Adams, very nice. She had struggled with a little bit of her landings, which is surprising to see. 985. I thought that was a little bit high, truthfully. I'm going to be honest, but double wolf turn, gorgeous at the beginning of the routine. Actually, triple wolf turn, I think, on floor. I think she has triple on floor.
I think so, too.
Because double is only a C, so why do that? So triple, I think she did a triple.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's a D. I don't know. Anyway, but I remember her doing her wolf turns at the beginning. Very nice routine, 985. But like I said, a couple of little landing issues. Ali Schwab, I really enjoyed this routine because this is the first time I've actually seen it this year, not so far away. I got to see it live right in front of the camera. 9825. She just knows how to perform on floor from Western Michigan. Absolutely beautiful.
And she makes up her own floor routines.
Right. It was awesome. Cassie St. Clair, 9-8 on floor. Another nice routine. Huge front double full at the end. And she has no catapult. There's no mats there. She punches off the floor, so there's no way of disguising anything. So we know there's no catapult there. But she didn't do vault this week, and I'm sad because I love her vault, but she didn't get in the vault lineup this week. So maybe they're resting her for some reason. Next week we'll see it, hopefully. I don't know. Anyway, and then Kennedy Cooper. I've already talked to the coaches about this because I was not very happy to see it. Kennedy did a double pike for a first pass. Kennedy has a very nice full twisting double back, and I think she actually did it already this year. Maybe not. Maybe she's been doing double pike. But I asked the coaches, and I guess there was some floor issue or something. It's their backup. She does a double pike. She did do a full in this year because I remember it. But she did double pike. 9775. Still a great routine. But of course, we always talk about keep the skills that we know and love. And Kennedy has been doing a full in on floor for I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. So 49.2 on floor for a 196.975, which gives us a current average after week 4 of 196.919, which keeps us in 6th, but we're ahead of UCLA and just behind the good old Spartans of Michigan State. So we're hanging in there. We're hanging tight there with 196.919. Meets for week 5. We're going ACC and Big Ten, Kim. She knows that because she picked them. Ohio State at Michigan. Looking forward to that one. Illinois, Penn State. We have seen neither of these teams technically this thing. We did talk about some of the routines, but we have not seen it. Looking forward to that. And then Cal, NC State. I'm looking forward to also, we've seen Cal at the podium, that podium meet, and as well as NC State, but looking forward to that dual meet as that's a ACC matchup now that Cal is in the ACC. So Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois, Penn State, and Cal, NC State will make up our lineup, and hopefully people who ask me questions of why I didn't put certain people in lineups, we get messages all the time. If you're not your athlete or the gymnast is not in one of those teams, that's why they're not in the lineup, because that's how we determine our lineup. Our 3 meets, we determine it that way. And I've had some comments about that, so just want to make sure that they understood why and how they make lineups. Quickly, our MVPs of the week. I have to go first because Kim says I go first every week. I didn't tell her who I was going to put on here, so I know she's waiting for me to say. And my MVP of week 4, Lindsay Gerard, 100%.
Yeah, that's
100%. To see that vault, to see it vault live, to see that floor routine, stay in bounds, make the corrections from last week. And I am just excited. I texted Shannon. I said, I hope she earns a scholarship this year. Shannon's comment was, she doesn't care. She is having the time of her life. And I'm happy to know that because it's well-deserved and she's doing it and I love it. And so my MVP of week 4, Lindsey Gerard of Ball State.
Well, speaking of Shannon, my MVP for week 4 is Hunt's gymnast, also Alyssa Guns, because let me tell you, that floor routine, just...
When you're the only 9'9" of the competition, I'm pretty sure, right? The only 9'9" of the MMA?
Yeah.
Yes. You're like, yeah. It was
Yes.
awesome. Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
So-
No, I agree. That Alyssa's routine was awesome, both beam and floor, but her floor routine
Yes.
is great. So
Yes.
MVPs of the week, Hunt's Gymnastics. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Lindsey Gerard and Alyssa Guns. Congratulations.
Formerly of Hunt's Gymnastics.
Formerly of Hunt's Gymnastics. Best college stick, stay and slay. The stay part, yes, because she had to stay kind of, but the slay and stick was there is Gabby Rewind. Gabby Gladio from Alabama. Her half on floor, her half in, half out. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then slayed it because it was just awesome. That was my personal opinion. I loved it.
So you had a little trouble a second ago, but you can say Gladio, but you can't say Cantu.
I can't. I have to have names I don't know.
Or Amadei.
But
you can say Gladio.
Yes.
And there's not even an O in it.
I know. I enjoyed watching all of her routines, but that half in, half out this week on floor, definitely stick, stay, and slay for me because she stuck the landing. So
funny story, story time moment. At Eastern, we were talking about the stick, stay, and slay, and I was talking about it with the Eastern coaches, so Katie and Lauren Volpe and Sophia Rios, and they thought that was fantastic. Oh, and Sam Higgins was there too. They thought that was fantastic, the stick, stay, and slay. Like, come on, I'm a genius. Anyway, stick, stay, and slay just kind of rolls off the tongue. But anyways, my stick, stay, and slay is Miss Faith Torres because we stuck our vault. Hopefully we didn't get in trouble, but girl stuck that vault. She stayed, and then she slayed. Like, there was excitement. There was hugging. There was jumping.
She jumped into
beautiful.
She jumped into KJ's arms. Most of them were like just the hugs. Oh, by the way, KJ had chalk everywhere, so you know that she was doing a lot of hugging because she had a lot of chalk. But apparently someone else had that. They mentioned that too. That there was.
Katie.
I think you did.
Katie
Yes,
had
Katie
a
was.
Katie had a lot of chalk.
It was you. It was you that mentioned. I thought it was in your broadcast, but I wasn't sure. So
it was because she's always covered in chalk. It's like she's done the event with you. But what I say, as a coach, when I go home, if I'm not covered in chalk, it's not a good bar day or something.
Correct. So.
I did give the little tidbit though that there actually is in the judge's book a deduction for excessive use of chalk. But nobody's
no one
using
uses
it.
that. No one takes that deduction.
Nobody's using it. I mean, unless you're gonna like exactly. all over,
exactly,
chalk war paint. I don't know, but yeah, I really would like to know, judges in Judge Land out there in Judgelandia, has anybody ever taken that excessive use of chalk? I just want to know, judges. Let us know.
Let us know. So, best college stick, stay, and slay, Gabby Gladio and Faith Torres for week 4.
We know you enjoy our podcast, and why wouldn't you? And want more people to find out how awesome we are because, come on. So please rate and review us on Apple or, wherever you listen to the Region 5 Insider podcast. Thanks again to Full Out Recruiting for your continued support, as well as all of our listeners. We could not do all of this without you either. Follow us on all of our social media accounts for the most up-to-date information on what's going on with our Region 5 alums all season long.
Thanks again for joining us for our NCAA Week 4 recap. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on IG to keep up the support for our Region 5 alums all season long. We go Big Ten and ACC next week as we bring you more spine-breaking coverage of our Region 5 alums. Talk to you next week. Follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out. Region 5.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5.